Hey, buff away, fuck it. Yeah, I mean,
Go for it.
I'll fucking shit in the
I'll
mic
do
or something
worse.
like stuff. I don't even know what I'm starting with here. But
Matt actually sent me a reel this morning of a man farting into a traffic cone in front of people.
Did it work? Like, did it
work?
echo?
Aye, did
It
it?
echoed.
Like, really?
That's
It
crazy.
echoed. I was like, don't you dare go and buy a fucking traffic cone.
Do you know it's actually the one that's at the top of the statue? That's it.
Did you
That's
go in and
it.
say
It was a
that?
farts, man.
I just think it got up
It's just
there.
reeking of farts.
Reeking of farts.
But guys, this is the Fatherless podcast, right?
Fatherless
I am
podcast.
fatherless,
I'm not.
right? So on brand, we have brought on Lisa,
Hi.
whose career is meant to be fatherless.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I'm not fatherless.
I know.
He's actually my best pal.
That's what-
I just behave fatherlessly.
See, Liz, I told you I was safe for that joke. I did my research.
I know.
Right.
I was good. I was like,
We didn't want to come out the
Aye.
gate too fast,
Just-
but
because I'm like, I don't have a dad. I can make this joke. I was like, Lewis, if you do it, it might be weird. Like, his dad's like totally same. So like, a bit of context. I know you from we know you from Roger.
Yes.
And
Roger
Roger's a security guard, and we know him through stand up, and that's how kind of we all met.
Yep.
Referring and so your career is basically all the incels who watch this are going to go crazy, crazy,
I
right?
hope so.
But you are a stripper.
Yes.
Yes, and is the term OnlyFans model, is that the correct terms?
Aye.
Is that?
Aye. That's.
I've done my research, guys. I was,
Yes.
yeah, I've been subscribing. Not to yours. That would be so crazy, right? Like, do you think that would be weird?
pre-interview research, is it not?
I mean, it's all in the name of research. It's all in the name of science, isn't it, guys?
Science, guys. That's why I did it.
Science.
For science. For
Bill Nye the
science.
science guy.
So, like, we need to go back. Do total James English. You know what I mean?
Go for it.
Go back. Let's go back to the start. Right. No, like, how does someone get into this job? Like,
So basically, right, I grew up. My granddad always had this. It's getting dark already. Isn't it?
hey, fucking. Dead
My
back in
granddad
there.
always had the sun sitting on his kitchen table. I used to flick
See
through
the
it.
mic? Do you want to just a wee bit closer? There you go. Sorry.
I used to flick through it. Page 3, I loved them. Loved it. I seen it. I went, I want to look like that.
Me too.
Right?
100.
I was like, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to bang them or be them or both, but
Really? Like, so what were you kind of at the stage you were like, I don't know if I'm bisexual or whatever? Or
turns
like,
out it was both.
Really?
Right.
Oh, wow. Wow, man. So was that an
um,
awakening, would you say? Like,
probably I.
so prior to that, you never had any kind of bisexual thoughts or like...
No.
Not, that's wild.
It was
That
page
is-
3. Page 3 done it to me.
But that's how I knew I was straight.
Well, there you go.
I'll never forget the funniest thing. So I used to be in Scouts, right? And
Well, where's this going?
well, no, hold on.
That's sus.
So to get like my recycling badge, I had to
Recycling.
I had to give a talk about recycling. So I went up and I've pulled up a newspaper and I'm holding it in front of all these kids and they're laughing and I'm like, right, this speech isn't that funny. It was page 3, wasn't it? In the Scout hall on the south side, and just
We played like
Just
mortifying.
This is the shit we read in the Scouts, man. I should have joined the Scouts, not the BBs. That sounds way more fun. Holy fuck. No, but that so like, see, having a sexual awakening like that, was that kind of like, what did that feel like?
I mean, I was dead young. I'm probably 10 or something like that.
Wow.
And I remember being like, I think I fancy her. And then I was like, I will just ignore that. And I ignored it until my early 20s, mid-20s. And then I was like, no, that's definitely a thing. That really never went away. So it was page 3, made me want to be a stripper and have sex with women. So.
Same. Same.
Made you want to be a stripper?
Oh, no.
You
Wanted
should see him round a pole, he's crazy.
I'll tell you what
A
made
fireman.
me want to... I'll tell you what, I wanted to be a stripper. I'm not even kidding. Like Magic Mike. I was in America. I went to Florida and I was with an ex at the time, and we went to just one day because it was like, fuck it, we'll have like an us day where we don't need to do much, no stress, just go to the pictures, relax,
chill.
have good sex. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a perfect day.
A couple day, do you know what I
Right.
mean? And this is why I had to mention the sex bit because this is so fucking funny. Right? I obviously went to see Magic Mike. These fucking absolute oiled up hot dudes.
Studs.
Oh, like I'm a 4, right? These guys are all 10s. Like, so I know what
Working
I
with
look
them.
like, right? But I have the physique of like one of them. So I was like, I can do this.
do that.
But I thought I would trial this, but not tell my missus. Like,
Oh my
not
God.
tell my missus. So after Magic Mike, I had in my head, I was like, I'm going to go home and Magic Mike her.
You took her by surprise.
No, but I'm shit. Like, but I was shit.
God.
So I used to dance when I was younger, but it was with a partner, like doing Pamela Logan waltz, like
Nice.
salsa
Oh,
shit.
that's amazing.
And I was like, right, I have that. I was like, I'll be able to fucking...
rhythm.
I'll Magic Mike the shit out of her.
Well, let's-
Get back to the hotel, right? Obviously, had a few drinky poos. We're having a good time, getting all into it, and I'm like, I'm going to go into this
my
bathroom. This is the funniest part. Obviously, I got long hair. I've got a really good hairline. I went in, and remember Magic Mike, like, obviously oil herself up. I'm in the shower, like, just getting all wet. I slick my hair back and I come through. But I'm like, I don't have pants, I have boxers, so I just roll them kind of up.
Oh, God.
But I thought I looked like
You
Channing.
went, you just said.
No, that's the funniest. I thought I looked like Channing Tatum. I actually just looked like Borat. Do you know what I mean?
Just a ginger.
But as I'm like doing it, she turns around to me and she's like, "Yeah, you ain't them. Like you're not. Like you're not. I know what
No.
you're trying to
You
do."
ain't them.
She went, "I know what you're trying to do. It's not getting me in the mood. It's putting me off."
Oh my
And
God.
I was like,
You gave her the ick.
"Oh, that's safe to say. There's a reason she's my ex. You know, yeah.
Go to the Chippendale show, see if
Yeah.
you can do that.
She's only my ex because she didn't let me pursue my dreams. You know, I wanted to be a stripper and she didn't
Right.
help me.
If she had supported you, how different would things have been?
I would not have been a comic. I'd have been the worst like stripper ever.
Are there male strip clubs in Scotland?
Is there?
No.
Why
No.
is that?
I don't actually know why.
Not enough hot dudes.
It's probably that, to be honest.
Too many missing
aye.
teeth.
Just a bunch of crackheads on the stage.
It's just your ex. Like, sorry, I forgot we spoke about it off camera. My bad. Sorry.
I get that, Mick.
No, but so because there is obviously like that's clear. Like there is a market for like you guys.
Yeah.
Do you not want a market though for male
I'd
people?
love that. I think that'd be amazing. But I know a few male strippers, right, in Glasgow, and they tend to just do like private parties and that.
Like
Aye.
Hens
hens
and
nights and
aye.
aye.
So, but like women, when it comes to that sort of stuff, are feral. I mean, like we get assaulted sexually on a fucking weekly basis, right? But these women, like they're bad. I mean, I know guys that get scars for women scratching them, biting, just grabbing at them, you name it. Like, I think arguably women can be worse.
Really? It's that bad? But you see, that's the thing, like, because that's why I don't go to nightclubs like anymore, because I just find them very rapey.
Oh, aye.
Like,
Aye.
when I'm looking about, I'm going, oh, like I feel uncomfortable when I'm a guy, so I can't imagine how uncomfortable women feel.
Oh,
So have that reversed?
I used to fight men constantly.
Really?
Constantly.
Just leather them.
Every other weekend, just if a guy touched me or grabbed me, I'm scrapping him.
Obviously, you're not there to be touched.
Exactly. But I'm 3 years clean of fighting anybody.
I love how you're like, with a camera,
I know,
3 years
I'm
clean. But to clarify, it's on leather and guys. It's nothing to do with the
Aggression.
alcohol.
I'm 3 years clean on the violence, guys. I'm
So 3 years, when can we expect you back in the ring?
Yeah, when can we expect you?
I mean,
Could we get you on the Scottish YouTube boxing? Like the influencer? Could we?
as long as it's a guy that I'm scrapping.
No,
aye.
that would be amazing. Some wee twink, you just knock him out. Or we just get the most jack dude ever, but he can't fight worth a fuck, and you knock him out.
I would love that.
We
That
need to
would
make
set
this
it up
happen.
then, like-
Kaz Milligan, bro, you've been on this. He's
That
been on
would
this.
make me very happy.
What, to knock Kaz out?
To not just a man
Anyone
in
out?
general. aye.
Kaz Milligan, we have your next opponent. It's Lisa.
stripper.
Lisa will not fuck at you, mate. And it's in summer.
Reply.
It's in summer.
summer?
It's coming up, man.
I need to get training again.
That's it.
Right, no, some serious undertones there, right, that we need to go back to, right?
Go for it.
So you're saying you get sexually assaulted on the weekly, right? That is
Sometimes nightly.
right.
Like,
So that is a fucking crazy sentence. Like, why do you think like these guys? So obviously the boundaries are already set, and like I'll let you tell like the rules. So if somebody comes in and they're asking for a dance from you, what is the set rules?
so there's no contact involved. They're not allowed to touch us whatsoever. You're supposed to keep your hands by your side, or anywhere that isn't on the dancer, essentially. Just don't touch, don't video, no pictures. Generally, just don't be a dick, right? And the guys are told this at the door.
Yeah.
They're told at the door, don't touch the girls, keep your phone away, no pictures or videos. Go and have a good time. I don't know why they think they can do it. I don't know if it's like they just see us as objects rather than human beings.
People.
Do you know what I mean? So they'll go for it. They see an opportunity, they take it. I've been bitten, slapped. Guys tried to finger me, like, so you're like,
I'm sorry for laughing, mate, but that is so ridiculous. Because I've never had the fear of like
guys get their dicks out, you name it. Like,
oh my god, like, because I usually piss at the urinal with like my trousers right down, so I've never had the fear of like a guy coming up and wanting to finger my butt. That is a complete joke and inappropriate. That's what I meant with my intrusive thoughts here, Lisa. I could not say that's so fucked up.
Yeah, but
so what you're dancing, right? And like, I can't fathom how that would occur in somebody's brain. So guy comes in, you want to dance? Yeah, lovely, cool. Then take him out for the dance. Obviously you do what you got to do. And he's just sitting there and goes, the reasonable and rational thing here to do is to finger this woman who doesn't want fingered.
It is mental, honestly. Like,
and when something like that happens, what's the response? Like, let's say that happens, what's your immediate, how do you handle it?
I'm fighting. When I said I was 3 years clean,
she meant in nightclubs.
Didn't apply to work.
Yeah, it didn't apply to work.
She's like, you need to separate the art for the artist, guys, okay?
Right,
Then I'm
exactly.
at work.
So I'll fight. Like, I'm hitting that guy.
Yeah.
In one way or another. I've slapped guys, punched them, donkey kicked them with inch heels on. Like,
Holy shit! Some guys might be in it. I've seen those videos.
Well, right. Aye, they do like a wee trampoline every
Lana, that would be like, obviously it wouldn't be funny, right? Because you'd be getting sexually assaulted, right? But somebody like deliberately does that so you can kick fuck at them and I actually got my money's worth.
He's had a whaley of time. I'm raging like a
fucking charge this cunt double, like, you know what I mean?
I did have a guy a while ago. I was head to toe in black PVC.
What's that?
As you do, shiny black PVC, like latex.
Oh,
right. So my outfit
I thought
was
glue.
like,
Why did I think glue?
PVC.
PVA.
I was saying, like, why is she
covered in glue?
I was like, that guy's kinks. That's fucking. I want her to stick to me. Sorry. What the fuck is going on?
Print stick.
Every time he sees a prick stick come out, he's like,
Just in his pants.
oh man, I knew I'd like you. I knew you'd get on.
I'll take it there, man. I will.
Sorry, you're in.
So this guy came up to me. I'm head to toe black PVC, and he looks at me and he was like, "You look like you're quite mean." And I went, "Bitch, I can be." I was like, "Yes," and then he went, "VIP." I went, "As long as it's for an hour or more." And he was like, "I've got one request, but..." And I went, "What?" He went, "Will you spit on me?" And I was like, "Say no more, fam."
Oh, what?
Let's go.
And
So we went up to the VIP room and I literally just abused this man for an hour straight. Like, you name it. At one point I had his jumper over his head, just standing on his nipples, like with my high heels, just twisting it. And he kept dropping his money, right? And I was like, you silly little bitch. I was like, every time you drop your money, I'm keeping it. And so every time he was dropping his 20s, I was picking them up and putting them in my boots. Like,
of course.
And so I was spitting on him, slapping him, punching him, calling him names. like I say, standing on his nipples with my 8-inch heels.
Right.
Is that the craziest?
Yeah, that has to be. No.
It's right. So it's probably the craziest like VIP hour that I've ever had, right? But it's certainly not the craziest thing that I've ever seen in a strip club.
I might pass it. I'm not.
This is
the
crazy.
weirdest thing, right, I think I've ever seen was there was me, Roger, and the DJ standing in the DJ booth. The cameras are in there so that the DJ or a bouncer can always watch the girls, make sure everything's all right.
Yeah.
So I was in there just having a chat, fucking shooting the shit with Roger and Donnie. And I was watching this wee old guy, right? And he gets up and he wanders into the dance room. There's a couple of girls doing dances. And he just sits down. And I was like, guys, I don't think he's a dancer. And he's just sitting there, a couple of minutes go by and there's no dancer, and I was like, he's no way a dancer. So he's just sitting in the dance booth looking at these lassies dancing, and then just proceeds to put his hand into his fucking trousers and start tugging. Right?
Jesus Christ.
I swear to God.
There's a cutlass in the dance room.
No.
He's just like,
Holy fuck.
he was just sitting having a good old tug in the tank, watching these lassies dancing.
How old are we talking, this guy?
He must have been 60 or above.
Right, you know he's
always the
that's
old
a
guys.
shot. No, but like he's made a decision in the morning because he's had to take Viagra.
Aye.
Like,
he
that's
was,
not-
He was an old man, like he wasn't.
He's got a prescription for it.
What the like?
And
So,
it gets worse.
oh no!
Right,
Oh, I'm gonna spew.
So me and Roger, I'm looking at the two guys like, right, is somebody going to do something about this because this is weird as shit. And Roger just fucking stands there and watches. Donnie, the DJ, gets up and goes and starts arguing with him in the dance booth, right? And the whole time, the guy's still tugging away while arguing with the DJ. I was like, what is happening? And then he proceeds to come back out and sit by the stage, just by himself, raging because he can't have a wank. So he's getting told off for having a wank. And I was like, right, if he's not getting put out, I'm going to go and fight him. I'm going to say something. So I'm there, starting having this. I was like, you're a dirty fucking pervert. I was like, you're disgusting. I was like, you disgust me. Get out of here. He's like, I'm not leaving. And I was like, you were just having a wank by yourself in the middle of a strip club. I was like, do you know how disgusting that is? Anyway, he goes, I've got mental health issues. I was like, oh, don't we all, pal? And it's because of fucking cunts like you.
But you should have been like, yeah, no shit. Like, nobody says
Oh, I'm
coming in
so
here and
depressed.
chugging.
I'm going to kill myself. There's no way. I might as well go chugging it.
Aye. See, like, I remember, like, last year, right, when obviously I had my suicide attempt, at not one point did I get erect and think, I
Right.
need to go have a wank
Go
before
just
this.
publicly as well.
Aye.
Just go
It's not even...
publicly have a wank.
Like, I don't think people understand the level of, like, this is going to sound crazy, right? You might... Both of you might go, Sean, you're a fucking idiot, right? But, like, the job... that job is so brave. Like, it's... For women, it's so... Because... Like, men are, like, I'm scared of men and I am one. Do you know what I mean? So, like, the fact you put yourself in such a dangerous, vulnerable position, like, of course, like, the people you work for, they try and put in places to get you guys as safe as possible. There's
Yeah.
fucking cameras everywhere. The rules are fucking set out. But like you're saying, there's always some fucking lunatic.
It's pardon me, it's the opportunists. So that's I feel safe in the clubs. I do. The bouncers are great. Like you say, there's cameras everywhere. We're generally safe. The only time we're not is when you get people that are opportunistic and they see a naked. Pardon me.
It's all right, let it out, better out than
Why
in.
the fuck
I tried to keep it in.
Bob, right into it. I don't give a shit.
Such a boy, honestly. So it's the people that see a vulnerable woman in front of them and they think they can take the piss. When it comes to the likes of me and a couple of pals that I have, like, I grew up in the East End with two brothers,
No chance.
right?
No fucking about.
Right, exactly. Grew up in Brigton with two brothers. We were all Celtic fans. My dad would put,
Oh,
right?
God, no, right, cut the pod.
Hell.
Cut the pod. I'm only kidding. I'm a Man City fan. I could kill it.
Right, okay, cool. Nice. But my dad would put Celtic taps on us and kick us out to play in the middle of Brigton.
Fighting all the time.
I have no fear of men whatsoever.
I do.
But,
I'm shit fear.
but there's
on.
girls that are younger that haven't had the experiences that I have that do get upset when things happen to them. They usually call on people like me, people like my pal Leona, and we take it upon ourselves to bully the men for them. Which is,
Nice. It's nice that they feel that they can come to you, though.
Aye,
That's
absolutely.
So that's the, like, we were discussing, because obviously this is so interesting, because, like, I feel as though, like, it's obviously the job is objectifying, like, it's an objectifying job, right? But we didn't want to bring you on and do that. We wanted to kind of educate, like, because there'll be loads of people who are, like, thinking about doing this industry, and the things that you are saying, like, there's a lot of negatives, but there is, like, what you're saying, positives. Like, I can imagine there's a lot of community within you and the girls.
Oh, aye. Like, it's... see the strip club changing room? You will never hear chat like it. I swear to God. It's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
if you want a laugh...
Panel's good.
strip club
I
chicken.
might come down for like my next new 5 minutes. I need some material for tenants, man.
I swear, like, I can't even remember what we were talking about, but there was a few girls in the change room one night, and all I heard was, I just drank a big cup of cum. And
You said that to me last week.
Funnily enough,
man,
in the text.
A cup?
Aye.
How bit stars? How many? Like, was
A
it one
pint or
guy's
like
load? Or
Well, see, this
how
is
many
what-
loads was it?
I must have zoned out because the cup of cum was all I heard, and I was like, "What?"
Cup.
And she said,
Cup of cum.
The
Hope it wasn't a Sports Direct mug. She's
that's-
drowning.
Because it would even
she's went to a donkey. Do you know what I mean? And that's a different.
A cup of cum.
Aye, so I think the conversation was, I would rather drink a cup of cum. So I don't know what they were
The
talking
other option
about
was
before,
must have been pretty bad.
right? But aye, so
We love those would you rathers because we get a lot of fucked up ones, and I always
that.
love because it's like, who's the psychopath that's putting you in this scenario? Like, why is it? Who's like I've never been in
Who
a
thought
scenario.
Somebody's got a gun forcing you to drink a cup of
And why is it all? But it's always would you rather, and see the would you rathers. I'm like, I'd rather do none of these. Like, so there's no choice here.
I can't mind what I'd said to my man, or what my man had said to me. But I was like, I would rather drag my bare labia across a gravel path.
Oh, fuck. I felt that, and I've never had a labia. You know what I mean?
The other day, a guy was like, so a guy that I know just for the club had chased me down fucking Argyle Street because he seen me for the back. I never noticed that, but just turned around, he was just standing there. And he was like, "Oh, where have you been? I've not seen you for ages, blah, blah, blah." And then he was like, he says, I'd pay you $5,000 if you just spend the weekend with me. And I says, I would rather deep throat a cactus.
Right, so this, right, I want to go back to the community thing, but I need to get this question right. So see these guys, right, that come with these crazy fucking amounts of money, like, you always feel like going like that to those guys. See if you just invested that in getting like a personality.
Yeah.
You don't need to pay for a woman.
Uh-huh.
Like, you could pay to just like.
It's a shame they haven't
to be
invented
better.
a personality transplant.
Aye. No, like I always tell that people go like, if you because I used to know a guy that was like addicted to like, it wasn't just porn, right? It was the OnlyFans, and it was the intimacy within someone.
Sorry, guys.
Respectful.
Okay.
I'm legit just going to do the most disgusting burp ever to make you feel better at one
Thank
point.
you.
Anytime. But so he had that proper like crazy addiction, and we were talking about like there's a thing where you start to pay for sex,
Yeah.
and it becomes this weird thing where you can only get erect when there's money exchange.
Right.
So like, what would be your advice for these guys? Like, why the fuck do they think like I can come up to someone who just does this profession and whack a load of cash and she'll fucking be with me? Like, that's not a thing.
No, I think it's because a lot of the time these women are out of their league, and they know that they don't have the personality, they don't have the looks, they don't have fucking, all they've got is their money.
Right.
That's it. And so they think, well, I don't have a shot without that, so I'll just fire some money at her. And a lot of girls, unfortunately, will take it. And I think the girls taking the money feeds into that behaviour.
That industry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just goes round in circles. Like, there's girls feeding into it. There's guys like, well, she did it, so that means she'll probably do it.
Aye.
So it just keeps going round and round. Do you know what I mean? But I think they know that these women are usually out of their league in some way or another, and so they think, well, if I just pay her, she'll do
Aye.
it, most likely. Do you know what I mean? But
And it's pure sad because you're like I feel so sorry for those bros because like I'm all personality. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I've got. I'm abundant.
I'm like fucking.
Falling at his
I'm
pockets.
like I can just continue to get uglier. It's okay. Like I'll pull through.
Prosperous in
I'll
personality.
pull through with some form of fucking patter. But like you feel like going at him like, so I've got like you'll have like a best friend and like someone who you love, and like they're there for you. Like, how many times like you stop me if you're doing something stupid,
No,
and
all
vice
the time.
versa?
He keeps trying to shave
All
his.
the time.
He keeps trying to shave his head off. He'll phone me and he'll be like, "I'm doing it." I'm like, "What you
I'm
doing it for?"
obsessed with it. I don't know why. I just want to lose my hair.
To be fair,
Is it the Friar Tuck look you've got going on?
No,
I'm such an enabler. I'm like that.
see,
yeah.
Lisa's a true bro. She supports my decision. She wants me to be she says, be a stripper, Sean, try it. And
Do it on the live show. That's how we'll end the live show.
Oh my God, yes. Strip and then shave your head.
Oh,
All
God.
in the one episode.
Fuck me, man. That's a lot of pressure, guys. You know? Like, I can't. Okay, I'll do it.
There.
No, so.
Okay. No, I don't know what the obsession is with shaving my hair. It's because I've got such a good hairline.
Right.
Like, I don't know what
Your hair looks really like thick and healthy and generally nice. It's a shame that you would shave it, but I mean, yeah.
You're a female. Don't do that to me. That's fucking like. He doesn't even compliment that, and he's my pookie. Well, you shouldn't up your game.
Pookie
Yeah,
bear.
sorry. He is my pookie.
He's my pookie bear.
What are you
snookums.
doing? You're letting him down.
I know.
That's
sorry.
a real bro.
Sorry, babe.
We are getting married in the spring. Would you like to attend?
Yeah.
You can officiate
But I was
it.
going to say, can I be like
Oh my God. Yes.
I'll do it in full stripper gear.
I can't do that. That's
We need to live stream the wedding.
That's
That'll be crazy.
Ordained
So
by a
iconic.
stripper.
This might be the funniest thing ever to happen. By the way. That'll be wild. But-
Ordained by a stripper.
So that's what I'm meaning. Like, we have people that like to keep you accountable, and like, we'll be honest. Like, a lot of these bros don't. Like,
Yeah.
would you say like a lot of the people that do attend strip clubs are alone?
Aye.
Yeah.
So there's you see it like I find it's the younger girls that they have loads of pals. I say that loosely.
Nobody has loads of pals.
Right, exactly.
Ever.
So they have loads of pals, but they all just enable each other to do
Yes men.
stupid shit.
Stupid
Yes
shit.
men, exactly. So I find that the older girls that have less pals are the ones that are more chill and, you know, don't do all the stupid shit and are actually, for all they have less pals, are less alone. Because they've got true pals, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that is beautiful. But it is that thing, like that isn't just for like what you're saying, your industry. That's for everyone in
No,
general.
that's for anything.
Because
Exactly.
you can't,
You don't need 100 people. You only need 3 bad motherfuckers, and you can take over a country.
100%.
Joey Diaz,
Exactly.
respect, Big Papa.
He knows what he's
But,
talking about.
no, but that was the thing. See, the smaller my circle got, the better my mental health got.
Yeah, same.
Like, genuinely.
It's impossible to keep crazy number 200. It's impossible to keep 200 people happy
Aye.
Absolutely.
without losing yourself in that.
Aye, it's hard enough to keep 3 people
Aye.
happy, but like it's obviously going to be a lot easier than a bigger number. But I've got like at the minute like 1 true pal, and I don't even know
And it's
if
me.
It's
me. I knew it,
I'm like,
guys.
I don't even know if it counts because she's my cousin. So does that? Is that like?
No, you
that
can be
count?
friends with them. You just can't fuck them. I learnt that.
Oh, damn.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it.
I am from an ancestral family, but
SM, bro. It's
but Jenny, see like with what you do, like, is it difficult to like get friends who aren't in the industry?
It can be because they don't, unless you've worked in a strip club, you won't understand it. Like people just don't get it. They think it's been glamorized for years and it's had a stigma for years. So people will either see it as the rock and roll stripper lifestyle, or they'll see it as seedy, sleazy, just sluts. That's
Right.
it. Like you're seen as a slut that like just probably fucks old men for money, right? Like,
That's what I do, and I'm a stand-up comic. You know what I mean?
so it's seen either as one way or the other. So until you've really been in the environment and worked in it, you don't realise that it's actually, 1, just a job,
Yeah.
and 2, it can be fun, and there's so many positives to it, but there is the downsides as well. It is literally just like every other job. It has its stresses. It has its good points. Do you know what I mean? It's just that I work naked in 8-inch heels. Like, do you know what I mean?
You do my dream job.
Exactly. Right? So it has its stresses, it has its positives, but it is just a job at the end of the day.
Why is it like it's such a weird thing, isn't it? It's like the second anything revolves around something sexual,
Taboo.
yeah, I taboo. You must be a whore or something mentally wrong with you. It's like some people just like to be like expressive within their fucking body.
Yep.
Like you must feel like, this is me making an assumption because what you do, like a lot of people maybe not think this about me because obviously I take a lot of topless pictures for like the gram and stuff, right? And I go to the gym, but I am like I'm not comfortable like within my own body, and I'm working on that, right? But Like, so what I'm trying to like ask is like, within that job, like people just would assume you are like that, but some people might have off days. Like you're human.
I mean, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. Like, always have been. I've always been confident. I've had my wobbles, as we all do, but super comfortable. My mum's always said, "Lisa, you've no modesty." Literally, if I was a kid, so I'm just like,
that's great,
right? I'm just happy. I'm comfortable. I look how I look. If you don't like it, don't look. It's as simple as that. But there is so many girls that are so self-critical and they hate themselves, even in this job.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. Is that like a thing?
They look stunning. Their bodies are beautiful. No matter, like, all the girls that I've ever worked with, I've seen as beautiful in one way or another. But there's so many of them that are in the change room. I look like shit tonight. I'm so ugly. I'm so fat. I'm so this. I'm so that. And they compare themselves to each other.
Oh, man.
And I used to, like, there was one girl and she was really struggling. Now, I think this girl looks like an ethereal goddess, right? She's so unique looking. Mm-hmm. She was comparing herself to the girls that are conventionally attractive. And I was like, look, listen to me. I was like, you need to go on that floor and just pretend that you are a fucking goddess. If you want you, they're going to want you. I was like, and if you don't feel like that, I was like, you just need to fucking fake it. And she was like, right. I was like, just go and act as if you're the shit and act as if they want you. She was like, right, I'll try it. So she went out, acting like she was the shit. Not feeling like that, but acting like it. Mm-hmm. She fucking made bank that night.
Oh, man, that's class.
She came up to me, she was like, oh my God, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Is that the power of self-belief?
100%.
That just shows, like, how much of a great person you are. Like, you've seen somebody sit there and they're, like, because... But just for you doing that, man, that's such a beautiful human interaction. To be able to make somebody
it's
feel
one of my
good.
favourite. It's like a core memory now, and I just like.
But that'd stick with her forever. Mm-hmm. Like if you done that to me, I'd be like, oh my fucking God, like thank you. Mm-hmm. And I always find that weird because with people who feel that way when they are unique looking, like they're different. I'm like, but that's the beautiful thing about being human.
Exactly.
We're not all the same.
How boring would it be?
Oh, it'd be shite, man. I would hate if there was somebody else that looked like me.
Aye.
I genuinely would, because I'd be like, he doesn't look like, just there's another me.
Mm-hmm. I've always been different, and I like when I was younger, I never really knew how.
Right.
I didn't know, like, obviously when you're growing up, you're still figuring stuff out, do you know what I mean?
I'm still doing it.
Exactly. I'm in my fucking 30s and I'm still doing it.
We're all doing it, man, yeah.
Is this right? I don't know. But growing up, I knew I was different, just didn't quite know how. I tried to fit in, but never ever could. So eventually I kind of figured it out. Like, you are different, so just go with it. And I've never looked back.
So that's such a strange thing to say, though, because you felt different, but you were also confident within that difference. Mm-hmm. And to have that self-awareness at such a young age shows so much maturity.
Yeah.
Like, do you know where that stemmed from? Do you think that's from just where you grew up in your area and your brothers and your family?
I think so. We were... I want to say we were, like, forced to be mature. Right. Just purely for, like, where we grew up. Do you know what I mean? And, like, hard times and that. My mum and dad were always working, but never had fucking enough money. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, we were kind of... I feel like we were forced to be mature, and not in a bad way. I don't mean that like bad, but...
They were looking out for you.
Aye, 100%. Yeah. So, I think it stems for that. Like,
that's brilliant.
And I would not change it for the world.
No, and you shouldn't, because look how you have like people will look at you, make an assumption, and I can just tell that, and you'll know that, make an assumption and not know like the really beautiful side like of a person you are. Like I already know that from what you just told me about how you treat the women you work with. Like that, nobody does that in general work. Like you work at B&M, I work at Oak Furnitureland. Like a guy at my work killed himself who was in around us. The manager of that place didn't ask any of us how we felt. His best friend worked there, didn't ask any of us how we felt. He literally sent us all out in the vans.
Wow.
Didn't say if anybody else needed help. Like one of his
that
best pal.
That could be super triggering.
Everybody. And then, but you, literally that, like, I think people forget that even like a little sentence can change your life. Like, you never, that women could have been going through all sorts, and you did it. You didn't do it because you're like, I want selfish gain. I'm just putting words in your mouth. You've done it because you're a great person.
Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't. There wasn't like she came up to me in the night, went, here's 50 quid. There's nothing like that. I literally just seen somebody struggling and was like, nah, fuck that. You're better than that.
Aye.
So go and act like it.
You've been given the compass to deal with these tools, and you're just, you know,
100%.
age-old story of passing the rung of the ladder down for the next person.
100%.
You know?
And I know men get such a hard time as well, but women, particularly with the way they look, it's rough.
All the time.
It's
all the
rough
time.
for them. So I'm just, whenever I see that or hear it, it breaks my heart. So I'm like, nah, here, just go and act like a fucking goddess.
Yeah. Men don't get as bad a time, and do you know why? The dad bod's acceptable, but the second a woman puts on £2, everybody's gone nuts.
Losing their minds,
do you remember the wee lassie from Harry Potter? She played the blonde one that sees the dead things all the time.
Is it Luna Lovegood?
Luna, right. So the actual actress had an eating disorder.
Right.
From like a period there to then like the last one. But then she'd obviously like, I think there was something like the director says, we're going to fucking like pay for everything you need, like get you sorted, whatever. And like they paid for it and she was getting better. So she obviously put on weight, like healthy weight. She looked healthy. She looked however she wanted to look.
Yeah.
And that's all that mattered. And all this comments were, oh, she's fat. She's fat. And I'm like, this woman has an eating disorder. She already thinks she was fat when she was anorexic, mate.
That's wild.
Ridiculous.
And that's just like, that's how you know. Like, but if I put on weight, like I've lost weight because like I've got an illness. But if I put on weight, lose weight, nobody gives a fuck.
Aye.
Like if I get fatter, I get funnier. Apparently, do you know what I mean? Like I do genuinely. I'm being serious, but then like, and it's shite because like if a female comic say would do that, like all her comments would be, "Oh, you've put on weight."
Aye. I mean, you see it like with artists like Adele losing weight.
Yeah.
People lost their fucking minds, like because she lost weight and
She looked better when she was this, and then but when she was that, they were. It's
you
just
can't do right for doing wrong. Do you know what I mean? So.
Right, so you're obviously an avid fitness goer.
Yes.
So like you like. Where the fuck did that like come from? Like just because you were so confident, you went, I need to get fucking jacked.
Mate, it came from bipolar disorder.
Really? Oh wow.
So I was basically severely like mentally ill, and
sorry to hear about that.
Happens to the best days, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? So and they'd had me on all this medication, and none of it was working for me. All it was doing was putting weight on me, which was making me worse because I was hating myself.
But you just retaining water?
No, I mean like it was. They had me on mirtazapine, so it's one of the drugs that are most known for increasing your appetite. So I was like smashing full packets of Oreos down my neck, like 3 packets a night. Do you know what I mean? Like could not fucking stop. So eventually I just went, nah, fuck this. I binned all my meds.
Yeah.
And just went to the gym. And so I was in the gym like 6 days a week for like 3 years at one point.
Wow.
And I literally just dealt with my issues through lifting weights and cardio and running. And
so that was kind of your saviour, would you say, like doing
100%.
that? Genuinely?
100%.
Were you doing anything, like any therapy, anything, like any experiment with any drugs, anything?
When I was younger, I was an animal.
You're a savage, I respect it.
Animal. So it's just every opportunity I got was just getting smashed on
Fuck yes.
everything, sniffing, you name it. Like I remember at one point I made pasta after a night out and fired some Mandy in it. And
what?
That's crazy.
Mandy flavoured pasta? What was the pasta though? Like bolognese?
No, it was It was like a packet of like Bachelor's
instant
pasta and sauce.
And you were like, you want to know what to go
I
get
was
with
hungry and I still wanted to get smashed, so I killed 2 birds with one stone.
You know, women can like multitask. I could never do that.
Right?
I would like, I need the Mandy first, then eat the pasta.
I was just like,
how will I cook without the Mandy?
I was in the pot and I'm just like singing away, adding the Mandy pasta.
But like, so before that, were you even on it? Or were you just sober? You're like, I need to get fucked up.
No, I'd had a few drinks. And I
just love the image of you like waking up in the morning and going, it's fucking 1 o'clock.
Lunchtime.
I'll go to the shops, get a nice pasta, and then I'll come back and just snort a line with the pasta.
My
It's just fuck. That's what a combo.
I was sitting on my bed. My pal was with me at the time. She wanted to go to bed, and I was like, okay, I'll come with you. So I'm sitting on my bed, eating the pasta, singing songs about unicorns.
Right, of course.
While she wanted to take her makeup off, and I was like, allow me. So I grabbed a baby wipe and was just smearing it on her face while eating my pasta and singing songs. And it was at that point in my life I went, that's probably enough of that, Lisa Marie.
That would be like, we were talking about like what would be the all-time low for you to go, right, I need to stop doing drugs. That might be up there.
That was
that's
the
fucking
thing, yeah.
Aye.
That's when you go, the mortgage is next. I need to stop this shit.
Once you're incorporating it into Italian cuisine, it's game over. That's when you need to.
My Italian mother, she's going to be so disappointed.
That's a hate crime to your mother, man. Holy shit.
I always wondered what was in the what was in the Gino Campo Iceland drink.
Right, you see, it's Mandy, guys. Bit of Molly here and there.
So
and the bolognese.
When growing up, right, you were talking about it took you nearly a decade to kind of rediscover your sexuality again. Was that not quite fucking, like, was that hard? Like, were you always having thoughts of it, or?
I used to think about it quite a lot, but like it was never like overpowering. It was just a thought in my mind.
Wasn't there?
Aye, and see, to be fair, like I think because everything else I had going on, like with mental illness and that, it just really wasn't at the forefront of my mind.
No headspace
like,
for it. Yeah.
I was having good sex. I was happy. Do you know what I mean? So like, it never really bothered me too much. And then I'd say to my ex, I was like, I want a threesome, and he was like.
He's like, please let it be a guy. That'd be me, man, if I had a threesome. Like, can I pick the guy? And she's like, no, I meant like a woman. I'm like, yeah, me too, I meant women.
Yeah, same. That's what I meant to say. So he was like, we're another woman, and I was like, yes. And so we'd like try to arrange it. It never really happened, and then we split anyway. And then I went on a bit of a rampage, as you do. I was just a shagger.
No, like,
if you will.
Some breakups fuck you so bad, you need to use sex as a way to stop thinking about something.
It was very much that. Yeah. Absolutely. Like,
I was the same. Like,
just on a mad rampage.
To be fair, I didn't have much options as probably you did, but... No, I'm kidding, sorry.
I'm sure you do, Sean. I'm sure you had all the options.
I have a good time.
He's very popular at the old folks' home.
Yeah. And that's mainly because my mum's like 80 and she puts a good wig on. That's the only reason.
My boy. he's funny.
She sees dick, it's nothing.
Makes a good cup of tea.
I don't know why I went for the dick and you went for tea. I should have went with the tea. I don't know why I thought that.
You went straight to the penis.
Back to the incest.
Usual.
Alright, so like, and then like, so like, is that when you started to like explore being a lesbian? Like, that bisexual side? Sorry.
Yeah. And it just...
Did that not make you feel better though? Because maybe that would have been like some mental health issues because you're kind of repressing that.
I never really thought of it like that, but when I started like sort of sleeping with women as well as men, it just felt so natural.
Oh, nice, man.
It just felt.
Was it a feeling of relief? Like, this is like I like this, yeah.
I do love being with women.
Yeah,
women are amazing.
I quite like it. I won't disagree with you on that one.
No. Women are.
We're all feminists here. Women are pretty fucking great.
Like, I've described this. Like this, I'm not. This will sound so mental, right? This is like the best way I describe guys, right? Like, we are just disgusting. Right, like,
guys are mincemeat, women are steak.
Aye.
Right, love that.
In the term of this, I go by toilets.
Right.
When I go into the gym toilet, right, if I see a shit in the toilet, my first thing is, why not go great with that shit? My piss. Right, and then I piss on that shit, and then I don't flush. I leave it.
Oh my God.
I leave it for the next, bro.
Leave it for
don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. Right, but then I picture you going into the women's toilet. You guys see a shit? You're flushing it.
We flush it.
You're like, respect to the women, whereas I'm telling all the bros, I'm like, just piss on that shit. Get in here and piss on this shit.
On the subject of shit, have any of you ever seen the website Rate My Poo?
Excuse me?
What?
Rate my poo?
Rate My Poo. So, I don't...
Do you need to, for your job, know these sites? Is this like a requirement?
This was actually before the stripping that I discovered this.
Well, this has been about for a while.
Aye, it's been... I don't actually know if the site is still running.
Right.
But
I'm
it was
not going to
basically-
Google it to check.
No, I might actually.
It
for a
was.
laugh.
I knew you.
I'm gonna do it.
I know the
You've seen
curiosity.
Roscoe the other night, like I was doing Monkey Barrel, he suggested, like he does like a live stream on Twitch and people send him like loads of weird stuff, and he told me a website and I went, oh, what? I'm not googling that. The second I went home, I googled it.
You googled it.
Yeah, so
That's me.
rate the poo.
Right.
Let's
so
do
yeah,
it.
it's people would do or they've done a shit. And
Jobby.
it's the most, a big jobby, and it is the most vile, disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. And they take a picture of it,
Yeah.
and then they post it on this website, and then you go on and you rate it, and you can leave comments. I don't have a weak stomach. That website makes me heave because there's just so many questions involved with it. Like, there's no toilet paper in that pan, so your arse is caked in shite, and you've got up and you've took a picture before wiping it.
But you know they're all guys. It's all
They're all
guys.
guys.
That's the most guy thing ever. It's like, look at this thing.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen, but Up was. And
What?
it was like, I mean, overflowing toilets.
Oh.
Like, looking like you had to stand up to get off it. That kind of
Oh, Jesus.
There's some guy on that website with the biggest shit and he just doesn't know.
Randy Marsh for South Park, mate. Maybe I've got a conspiracy, guys.
Right, go for it.
Maybe, right, because I have started to see a lot of shits up walls lately. Maybe it's that fucking
I think you
website.
need to clean your house more.
I do.
How does it happen? I don't understand.
Aye.
I don't get the
Trajectory.
Aye. Because I've had Taco Bell and I've never shat that much. You know?
I know, right?
Like,
Same.
So
Think
was
about
that
it.
it's the ones where it looks like somebody's been shot in the head, like just a
A
splatter?
spray. There's a.
That makes
spray.
me think, right, that we're going to get discussing my topic. That makes me think, have they took it out of the toilet and threw it at the wall?
I mean,
That sounds the most logical.
It has to be something like that because.
Well, I heard a horror story. So I used to work in a pub, and the guy that I was working with was talking about another pub that he worked in, and a guy had came in, did a monster shite, right? Pulled it out the pan and was writing on the wall with it like a crayon,
What? That's some like.
writing with a jobby.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
some-
I've seen
that's
that
some-
on Batman.
Crazy.
Like, that's a Batman episode.
Oh, that's great.
That's like a scene from Parkhead Mental Hospital. Surely,
Parkhead Forge.
exactly. Do you know what I mean? But
Like, there must be, right, because you say you do OnlyFans, right?
Uh-huh.
So, like, what, and, like, I've subbed to a few OnlyFans. I'm
love
not going to
that.
fucking,
Thank you.
I'm not,
Support
Oh,
independent businesses.
yeah,
and
like,
that,
I support independent women, you know? What, you
Independent artists.
don't? And sometimes they're not women.
I love that. You do you.
Right, no, I'm
There's
kidding.
no judgment here.
Thanks, guys. Hey, stay gay. That's what I'm saying. My brother's
gay.
going to love this
Being
episode.
gay is okay.
No, there's only one allowed in the family, apparently. You
Right.
can't have two A's. Right, so at the what the fuck was I going with here? I just went on a gay
Sub to
ramble.
some OnlyFans.
That was it. Right. So on these OnlyFans, do you do? Is it like the requests thing? Do you chat to people? Or is it just posts?
I will do posts on my main feed, mostly just lingerie pics, and then
Yeah, of course.
the videos and the nudes and that get sent out in messages. So like I will chat to people,
Nice.
and take requests and that. I've never had any weird requests on OnlyFans.
Have you not?
Really?
Which is surprising.
Just the weirdest thing so far, which to me isn't even, it's quite common, is a guy wanting to buy my sweaty gym socks.
Sorry about that.
You know that.
What would you do if I actually brought out your socks? Like that would be nuts. I didn't do it.
I'd be like, thank you for supporting me, son.
Absolutely anytime. But like with that fetish, right? We have spoke about this. Like, I don't understand how it starts. I don't get how fetishes
where
begin.
does that-
This is where I always go with things, right? I'm like, how
Tell me
do you get to that point?
Right. So how like you are in the sex industry, right? But like how like do you know like any insight? Like have you spoke to somebody that has these? Because I don't know anybody with shit like that.
Right. So I I used to be a dominatrix as well, right?
Cool.
That includes like verbal, all this shit. Like what is
Verbal,
that?
physical.
Is that the wee guys in the leash and stuff?
Yeah. So, there's a dungeon in Glasgow, which is, you know where Solid Rock Cafe is?
Yeah, I've got
On
there.
Hope
Yeah.
Street. Right, there's a close next to that. At the top of that, there's a studio and or a dungeon, if you will. And I spent a bit of time in there, And
Is that like a
No.
rent a space?
yeah.
What the fuck do you mean dungeon?
So there is all sorts of torture tools, if you will. There's paddles, there's bullwhips, there's equipment. So there's like a chair, right, a big leather chair. But instead of the seat just being like this, it's split into two so that the guy can sit with his legs open for ball busting. So like you can, so
Jesus
Right,
Christ.
I only thought I read about these things on Reddit. What is going on, man?
so
Right, no, the ball thing. Right, the
I once kicked a man repeatedly in the balls.
but it hurts,
Yes, till he bled.
and he's what, like
He paid a lot of
fucking-
money for that. Yeah,
He's fucking loving it.
loving his life.
See, when there's such a thing like that, obviously, like you're talking to the level that gets to, is there like a contract signed or so that he can turn around and then...
everything's in writing first. So they'll message you saying, I would like this, 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 and this. And then I'm like, right, cool, are you sure?
Because you need to consent to it also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So so that everything's in writing first. And I would never have done anything off my own back unless it had been prearranged or in the moment I'd went, I'm going to do this, you cool? And then they're like, yeah, sound.
Right.
So there's bullying men.
Cool.
That's fucking
Respect.
But this is what, I'm like, how do you get to
that
stage.
level. Aye.
Because where they're bleeding, like
It's got to be like trauma.
Like, no, but like say like is this what's happened? Like he's been hit, like he's been playing football when he just the second his balls drop, right? But the football hits his nuts and he ejects as it happens.
Yeah, right.
Is that how it happens? You think?
There's things. I've heard
Only my
stories
brain.
similar. I've heard stories similar to that, but a lot of
So
the,
it wasn't as far off. Fucking,
No.
you're judging me, Lewis.
a lot of the time it's from like childhood trauma.
Right.
So like they were beaten as a kid, and they take that, and instead of it being trauma to them, they turn it into a kink. It makes it easier to deal with.
Fuck. I never thought about that.
Yeah. So
Shit. Maybe I need to get a kink, man. I'll be all right. Maybe I need to
was
find
this,
something weird and I'll be cool.
there was this like psychology of fetishes and kinks like talk that I wanted to go to, and my pal had went, Lisa, is that a good idea? And I went, actually, you're right. I'm not going to go to that because
No.
I enjoy my life. I do not want to find out where any of my shit comes from. I'm quite happy.
What you're content
I
just
have a good
knowing that
time.
you're enjoing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't want to turn it into a therapy session.
aye.
Exactly.
Like sometimes you know, like you're just like, you know, it's not that. Like I just want to fuck. It's just that's it.
Yeah.
It's important to leave the job at home.
Aye.
100%. Right.
This there was one question right there. That, this is very intrusive.
Go for it.
Very. But I have to ask, right? So you have breast implants, correct?
Yes.
Now, did you get that for the job, or was it like you didn't feel comfortable with them at the start?
I used to be bigger, all over, and so I was like a 32 double G naturally at one point.
What?
Right?
Did you have like major back problems? I'm being serious, like genuinely.
I've got back problems. I've never really accounted it to like my tits, but I'm just like.
So it's all the
just
deadlifting I've been doing.
old lady back. Do you know what I mean? I'm like that.
Right,
It's just
yeah,
old lady
okay.
back. But so I was like that big naturally. Then I started bodybuilding and going to the gym. Lost all pretty much had pecs at one point, and I was happy with that. I liked the way they looked. I've always had good naturals, so whether they were big or small,
Right.
can't complain. But I've always loved Jordan, Katie Price was my idol growing up.
She a bad bitch.
Right.
Aye.
So I always loved, and like the page 3 girls, that fake look.
Yeah.
So I knew at some point I would get them. It's just that stripping and the money I was making allowed me to then do it.
Nice.
So
Did you feel your confidence go up after that?
yeah. So like I say, I've always been confident. Even when I had my small tits, I was I was happy with them. Like, and guys loved them when I was dancing. Do you know what I mean? So everything was sound. But when I got my implants, what I said to my ex, I was like, I feel on the outside, or I look on the outside how I feel on the inside.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
Nice.
Right? So
Aye.
it like completed my look essentially. I was like, now I look on the outside how I feel. And it's mad that a pair of boobs can do that, but that's
but it's
literally what
like,
happened.
but it's like like you were saying, you had them.
Yeah.
Like maybe you were just missing them because of that.
I never
You're missing a
thought
part
that,
of
aye.
yourself.
Aye.
Genuinely.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause,
as weird as that sounds, it'd be like if I lost my dick, I'd be like, oh man.
Want my dick back, guy.
I've had this guy.
Yeah.
I'd quite like my dick back.
I've had this guy for 20 years, man. We got on. Like, we got a bond.
Even when I was when I was younger and I was developing, like they were always quite big. And like my wee cousin, she's A B C D E F G H I J. So at her biggest, she was a double J.
Right, she must just, like, that must be uncomfortable.
Aye.
Her back problems are bad. She gets
Yeah.
like indents in her shoulder for her bra,
Fuck
her bra
off.
strap. Aye.
Jesus Christ.
So
That's the definition of heavies.
aye,
innit?
she's
Like-
get heavies, and she hates them. I fucking love them.
Really?
I love them.
Just
I'm like,
says
mate, they look incredible, and she's just, she's always like, but they look better if I do this, and I'm like, right, they're natural boobs. Everybody's like better if they do that, but I think they're incredible. But she's no too keen on them. She wants them reduced. I'm like, just say you're God's favourite.
Ah, come on.
Fucking-
All right.
Just tell me you're God's favourite. Do you know what I mean? It's fine.
But that is like, because it's like, I think there's a lot of judgment on when women get that as well. They're wanting it for male gaze, they're wanting attention. It's like, no, it's a self-confidence thing.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
I understand. I know what I look like, right? Just let's preface this by saying that.
You look great.
Thank you. I try my best. I know what I look like. And in the eyes of most people, I probably look like I dress the way I do and I look the way I do for men.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That's not the case. I just like this look. I just like looking like a fucking stripper all the time. That's it. Do you
Some
know what
people,
I mean?
they like
I
that.
like that look.
I dress
No,
like
I
a
know that's
fucking...
fair. I look like a hipster douchebag. He looks like.
I literally dress like a fucking NBA player. I'm 5'6". Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm obsessed with that culture. Like,
Yeah.
I love the
Shorts
fashion.
down to his ankles.
Aye, like, genuinely, I love that. And but I'm the same as you. Like, it's the same as you know, we're talking about, like, with my hair and all that. Like, I actually don't care, like, when it comes to, like, my hair and stuff. That's why I just grow it out and... Like, I could have fucking Tom Hardy-esque, like, nice hair, but I like having long hair, and I don't... Like, I always tell my barber when I go, I say, give me something, I don't have to do anything to me, because I really don't give a shit.
Aye.
And that's what I'm comfortable with.
Dreadlocks.
They're cool, but, like, you
Thank
suit
you.
them. But,
Are they a lot of care looking after them?
Not as much as you think. So I wash my hair, dry it, I bleach it myself. And
so you're not
that's it.
naturally blonde? What are you? Brown?
Dark. Mhm.
All right.
Italian mother, Irish
Of course.
father.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
so I bleach it myself. I just wash it every other week or every week. And I get my maintenance done once every like 3 to 6 months, which is just if I get like wee fluffy bits, they get pulled back in, and that's it.
Fucking hell, man.
It's cheap. It's easy. You wake up and they look cool. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. Sometimes I look like I live in a bush. Like, right now, it badly needs done. My maintenance needs done right. So obviously it's pulled back so you can't see it. But if I was to take this out, I would look like some sort of cave woman.
Let's do it. Let's go crazy, man. Just fuck it.
I would look like I do
Yeah.
live in a bush or a tree or something like that. So
like, I think a lot of people maybe not know this, but there's quite a lot. Do you do a lot of choreography for your dance routines?
do I fuck?
You don't do anything.
Is it just all.
Yeah.
So the guys that I
Fly.
watched, like, right, so see after I watched Magic Mike, right, I went on to watch...
just amuses me so much.
Oh,
I know,
amuses me too.
this is the first time I'm hearing this story.
but I deliberately didn't tell him so I could say it on here so he wouldn't know. But
love
after
that.
I watched Magic Mike, right, there was a reality TV series, right, and it's like about these guys getting into Vegas. And
Right.
Vegas is like I don't know if that's the same with female, I don't know, but I'm going to assume...
Like the epitome of...
a stripper, like it's the NBAs of stripper, the Premier League,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to fucking call it. Like
It's the capital of strip.
Aye.
Yeah.
And so like these guys have to go and like audition and do like a kind of camp. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like training for this. And I was like, right, man, so that's what it takes to do. And I just assumed like, because the choreography, like, they're on that fucking, like, yous are just doing it single, they need to do it together.
Yeah.
Like they're Magic Mike. So like, have you ever had to like participate in any shit like that?
No, so I've done some pole dance classes where you do learn choreography, but you find what most strippers do is they'll go to these classes. Some of them don't even. I never actually went to one until I started stripping.
Really? Yeah.
But you'll go, you'll learn the choreography, and then you can take that to work with you if you want. Most girls will take bits from the routines that they learn and put it into their own thing, you know,
Right.
and they'll put it together
Your own spin.
themselves. Yeah. So I'm not too bad on the pole. Like, I can do some tricks in that. I never, ever, ever do it in a club. I've done it a couple of times, but the reason being is guys don't tip. I am not making myself black and blue and injuring myself potentially
For
no good reason.
Hell yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I go up on the pole, I look sexy, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, do a couple of spins, that's about it. But I don't fucking batter myself on that pole, fucking sweating, you name it, for nobody to tip me.
Yeah, fuck that.
I've been tipped quite a lot of money doing what I do on the pole.
Good.
Like, doing the bare minimum, and that's, girls are always like to me, you're so good on the pole, you're like, you look amazing, you're so sexy, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I do the bare minimum. I do the absolute bare minimum, because I am not busting my ass and not getting paid for it.
I love how
Right.
like the attitude of doing the bare minimum in any job applies to all jobs.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
stripping, like one of
Workers of the world unite.
like mate, like I love stand up. Like, I am so autistic for stand up, right? But partially one of the reasons is because I just get to like write all day, and then I get to gig for like 10-20 minutes a night, and then that's it.
That's
I
the
says
dream.
that's it. I don't have to give a fuck about anything. Like, that's the bare minimum for me to just be a comic. Like,
Yeah.
to work hard at the thing I love. Oh no. Do you know what I mean? And I love how, like, in a stripper, you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't give a fuck."
Fucking bare minimum, my
It
friend.
says-
Bare minimum. Don't get me wrong, if you buy a dance, I'm putting on a show.
Yeah, all of it. Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm getting paid, and I want you to come back to me. Do you know what I
Nice,
mean? Like,
nice.
there's such things as repeat custom, even in strip clubs. So, I'm going to treat you nice. I'm going to put on a show for you. I'm going to give you the best dance you've ever had, and then you're going to have a good time. I'm going to be happy. You know, job's a good one.
Too
That's
right.
it.
But,
Too right.
Show business.
Exactly. But on the pole,
Fuck no.
So see, when it comes to like doing dances in the club and that, do you have choice in music? Is that
not when you are dancing for a customer. When you're on the pole, yeah. Diamond Dolls. I love Diamond Dolls. I've worked there. You know, I love the girls there, but they still play CDs.
you're joking?
I shit you not.
Do you need to time travel when you go in there? Aye. Fucking hell, man.
There's one CD in particular that skips.
Oh, no. Imagine you're just getting in
you're
the vibe.
mid-dance and you're like... Do you know what I mean?
It's so fucking funny.
It is hysterical. So, in Diamond Dolls, it's the only club in Glasgow where you can't choose your music. They occasionally have a DJ on a Saturday. You can tell him what you want, but he's hardly ever there. Do you know what I mean? So,
aye.
but the other clubs, you can pick the music that you dance to on the pole. I like obscure tunes to dance
Fuck yes.
to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am like Pretty Fly for a White Guy. It's one of my favourites,
Fantastic.
right?
Brilliant. Just
That-
the comedic alone in it.
Exactly. And another crowd pleaser that I love is the Bloodhound Gang. The
Nice.
Bad Touch.
Also, the irony of that song being called Touch and one of those guys did touch
Exactly.
a little too much.
Do you know what? At one point, one night in particular, I got so sick of men saying, "I don't want to dance, I respect you too much."
That was me.
Right?
That was me.
I get so sick of it. I was like, I went into the DJ and I was like, "Give me a little respect by Erasure, please." Go on the pole.
I love that. So it's like, I just love how it's obviously this like we've kind of spoke about it and saying it's obviously a dangerous job. It's like anything could fucking happen, but like you're all bonding all over kind of the not humility, but like how ridiculous it can be.
Yeah.
And to get on in any job is like we all need to kind of find that
100%.
super
You've got
funny
to have a
side.
laugh.
Aye.
You've got to have a laugh. Like, talking about the shit that happens in strip clubs. I'll never forget. This was the talk of the club for weeks after this happened.
Oh man.
So, there was two dancers, and this guy, I'm going to just tell you he was disabled. I don't know why that's... I don't even know if that's important, but I feel the need to tell you that it was like...
It's probably a key element.
Right.
How disabled? Like they have a cane or in the chair? Or in a chair or...
I'm sure he had a cane or like two or crutches. It looked like some sort of cerebral palsy situation.
Right.
He goes in to the dance booth with two dancers. Mm-hmm. And one of them is sitting next to him like this. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! The other kiddo is hiding behind one of the dividers in the dance booth going, peekaboo! And then at one point, so I'm dancing for this other guy and I'm inadvertently playing fucking peekaboo because I'm going, what the fuck is going on round there, right? At one point I seen one of the girls go, tickle, 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 tickle.
No. What the fuck?
We need more prisons in Scotland.
Aye, that guy needs the jail, man. Like you always say, he's an Avengers level threat.
Aye.
Like, what the fuck, man?
So that was like the top.
So his kink is to be babied.
It must be.
That's a nonce kink. That's
Christ.
close. That's reverse nonsense. What is going on?
Nonce.
Aye,
He's a backwards nonce.
He's like, I can't really do them, so I'll be them.
Have you ever... This is going to be an interesting question and you don't need to answer it, or you can tell us off camera. You ever gave a dance to anybody famous or well known?
Other than like
No,
Hitler.
not famous. No, I've danced a few times for a guy that is, I'm pretty sure he's like a billionaire.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
He's not allowed in the country
There we go.
for certain. He's only allowed in the country for a few days at a time.
Jesus.
I don't know what he does, and I don't ask questions.
I know why you don't.
Like, if you're paying me, I'm not asking questions. Do you know what I mean? But
Your language in there is money. That's
yeah,
it.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
Let's get your bag. Go for it.
I have two questions. Do we have enough time?
More than enough.
Right.
Assuming I'm reading that right.
The first one is about like, so what is the interview process to go? Like, what did you have to do to be a stripper at your interview?
I had searched clubs in Glasgow online. Platinum Lace was the first one I worked in, so I emailed them, sent them pictures of me, saying I want to be a dancer. I don't have any experience, but it's what I want to do. So they obviously took a look at me and went, sound, come in. And they sat me down and were like, have you danced before? I said, nah. They were like, right, okay, are you up for giving the pole a try? I was like, yes. And then
You're like, it's not euphemism, is it, guys? Like, I don't want to sleep with him to get this fucking job. I just want to work here. I don't want to sleep with him.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm no sleeping my way to the top, guys.
Fuck no,
do you know what I mean?
no.
I'm an actor. I'll sleep my way to the top.
I'm a comic. I will suck any guy off. I don't give a shit.
You're like, I'll fucking do it.
I just want 5 minutes of stage time. I don't care.
That was it. Essentially, they made me read the rules, sign the contract. They were like, we'll see how you are on the pole and then we'll let you know if you get the job. So
there's nothing like, because everybody, like, I would assume because of my dumb boy brain, like, I'm just trying to look at both fucking ways. Like, obviously I can be mature, guys, hence why I've said a lot of very therapeutic things in here. I've got very gay for you all as well, apparently, man. I don't know why I've got gay when you've came on. So a women's came on and I'm like, just to let you know.
I like men.
Aye, men are here. Like, a lot of people, I think the assumption of like a sex worker or like anybody in that industry is, oh well, they must fuck like somebody at the top to make it, but it's just not a thing. Like,
no, it's really not like that. There will be,
of course, there's seedy people in the world.
People that date their bosses and whatnot, but that happens everywhere. You know, it's not just strip clubs. But it's really not like that. It's just come in, let's see if you're comfortable enough. And take it for there. So, and
that word alone there, like they're saying, let's see if you're comfortable enough.
Aye.
Like they're not going, get the fuck in there, get on that fucking pole.
Get
that's
your tits out hen.
Do whatever the guy does for more money.
Right.
Like, they're just going, no, be comfortable, please. Yeah.
This is going to be the most boring question. How do the taxes work in that? Do the club take them off, or do you need to sort that out yourself? What's the deal here?
He's a finance guy.
If somebody wanted to get into it, what is the tax?
Or you need to
deal?
sort it out yourself.
Yeah.
So you are self-employed?
Self-employed, aye.
Yeah.
Right.
And I said that to my boss one night, because me and my pal were like that, right, we're away to the shop, do you want anything? And he'd said something about like, don't take too long or what. And I was like, we are self-employed
Yep.
though. And he was like, I can still fire you though. And I was like, okay, Andy, love you, bye.
I'll get you a couple of cans of juice. Don't worry. No, but so it's one of those weird things. Like, so see with Oak Furniture Land, we are self-employed, but
Right,
only
okay.
self-employed as much as they want you to be.
It's very much that vibe.
Yeah, because like that shit.
Yeah.
But so like, how long have you been doing? Like, how long have you been stripping then? Like,
So stripping I've only been doing for like pushing like 3 years now. So
Yeah.
not actually that long in the grand scheme of things. But I've been glamour modelling since I was early 20s.
glamour modelling is the page free shit. Like,
Yeah.
is that what that?
Yeah,
That's
so,
the class of it.
In Scotland now, so the magazines that I've done is like page 7 rather than page 3. So page 7's a Scottish glamour mag. There's loads of like alternative girls in it as well.
Nice one.
Tattoo stuff, motorbikes, you name it.
Every guy's looking at that going, hell yeah. Like,
Exactly.
The tab's just opened.
what do you mean? Like, every guy's dream?
Right, so it's page 7 that I've done,
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 times. UV mag, Twisted Edge. So I've done like glamour mags, fetish
Nice.
mags, that kind of thing. Always done that.
How did you find working with them? Was it okay?
Love it.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Oh, that's
never
class.
had a bad experience. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
So Brian that runs page 7, he's just a sweetheart. Like,
Yeah.
and he's a fantastic photographer as well. So I've really
See, when you go onto those like shoots, so like his key job there obviously is to make you ladies feel as comfortable as possible on this camera. So like, is there anything he was doing specifically to like make you guys kind of feel like
so
that?
Brian's really good with direction.
Right,
So
okay,
like,
yeah.
he's great with, he's got an image in his head that he wants for
Yeah.
you. So he'll just start giving you direction, telling you to pose this way, turn this way, do this, do that. And the pictures always turn out amazing. They really do. So he's like he's creative, he's got a vision in his head, he knows what he wants. So that just takes all the thinking out of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Brilliant.
mean?
You just essentially need to just turn up, be pretty.
Aye, exactly. So that's great. There are photographers, however, that don't give you much direction, so
Yeah.
you then need to figure it out yourself.
How do you do that? Then how do you read that room? Then what they want,
You have to be aware of your own body.
right?
That's the biggest thing I would ever say is if you're doing a photo shoot and the photographer isn't giving you much, you need to be so self-aware physically.
Yeah.
If there's parts of your body that you don't like, find angles that hide them.
Right, that's what you
You
mean.
know,
Yeah.
or twist and pose in certain ways that you know that's a good angle for you. That's the best way that you're going to look at the pictures and go, I actually like them. I look good in that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just figuring out what you don't like about yourself and figuring out how to hide it.
Did you get that from your passion with bodybuilding then? Because there's a lot of posing and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, so not really like that. I've always been a poser, my mother would
Nice.
say.
Yeah.
I was always in the mirror for a kid, just looking at myself,
Oh,
because
brilliant.
as you do.
I used to just crack them all so I didn't have to. I was like, I hate myself so much, man.
So I'll just smash it and then make loads of tiny wee versions of
Wee
myself.
mirrors.
No,
I've always been in the mirror.
yeah.
So I've always been quite physically self-aware.
Quite a weird thing. Like, I'm getting the kind of vibe that you are just kind of born for like this kind of job.
My
like,
ex said that to me.
No, but like, it's not that. It's like you're very endearing as well. Like,
Oh,
I
thank
want to
you.
talk to you more. Like,
Thank
but
you.
it's not in like. And I know it's because of your job sexual, but I'm not. It's like not in a sexual way. Like, you are interesting. So
Thank
I can
you.
imagine if somebody's like sexually into you and you're also that, like, that's a moneymaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think most of my dances that I get are for my chat.
Yeah, because you're really like it's easy going.
Like
and that's
I've
nice.
I've never said to somebody, "Do you want a dance?" Never,
No.
because I'm smart about it.
Yeah.
I go, "Do you want to see me naked?"
That is, and every guy's
Right?
going, yeah, obviously.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that can be arranged, friend.
That's amazing
Let's
because
go.
Make it think it's their idea.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. See, with stand up, one word changes it a bit, and that's the same with your
100%,
business.
yeah.
That's crazy, and I can't believe I just correlated the two. Like,
See that?
Stand up and strip.
we are whores, but like, I'm a whore. No, like, no, I'm more of a whore than you.
Right.
Because I don't think you love the attention of your partner more. Like, you want the
100%,
attention. Of
yeah.
course you do. Like, that's a job to you. Whereas my job, like, and I know, like, my ego's that in check, and like, I've done enough therapy to know that yeah, I want the validation and I want approval from strangers. You don't. And
No.
that's what I mean. And I'm definitely more of a whore.
It's
like, if
funny
you were
that,
to-
isn't it? Because
Yeah.
you sit a stripper and a comic side by side, people are going to go, she's a slut.
No, and
You
it's
know?
me. Because I would. I know for a fact, like, I love stand-up so much, I would do, like, obviously I'm kidding on my sexual favours, but like I tell people this all the time, I would pay £20,000 to do fucking 10 seconds of stand-up because I need the attention and love from, like,
It's
people
also,
laughing,
though,
people.
it's also a passion for you.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But so is it for you. Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be, like, your passion shouldn't be devalued more because it's taboo. My fucking job's taboo. I'm a stand-up comic. There's less of us than there is yous.
Yeah.
You're less of a taboo because
Yeah.
sex, everyone does it. Stand-up doesn't do it.
That's what
You know
I
mean?
always think about. Like, everybody loves sex.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and
My mum loves sex.
Right.
Like, your mum loves sex. You're like, it's a normal thing.
it's very, very, very normal. But when you are open about sexuality and when you're open about anything sexual, you're shut down and it's taboo and it's stigma and blah blah blah. So I love, like, I know a lot of girls that are so openly sexual, obviously through the job, and they're open about it, like, on social media and all the rest of it, and I adore it because it's breaking down the stigma. Do you know what I mean?
And it's who they are.
Exactly.
So why would you hide that? That must, like, I know from therapy, I hid my proper self for so long and I felt terrible. So, like, it's like, and then to have come out, like, imagine a person, like, again, going back to that woman, like, she's, like, your friends have come out, they're openly sexual and then they're getting fucking shamed for it. It's like, no, I see all the shit you do in the bedroom. I just a bit more open with it. And we talk about this shit all the time. And that's why I'm trying to, like, associate with, because, like, I talk about sex on here. Like, that's how, like, the struggle with stand-up is, like, which I find, like, with relationships a little bit. And I've only been doing it 2.5 years, but it's like relationships are hard because I struggle not to be able to talk about my life on here and my job because everything I do, I'm always looking for a bit. Like, so how is it, does it go with you in a relationship then? Like, is there a struggle with your partner?
So,
with what you do?
My ex that I was with for a long time, I'd always said, I want to dance.
Yeah.
And he was always like, nah, not happening. He used to always say you could make a lot of money doing that, but you're not doing it. And just out of respect for him, I was like, fine, whatever. So as soon as we split, then I started dancing. But I'd met my other ex just before I started dancing.
Yeah.
And I'd said to him, look, this is what I want to do.
Fucking doing it.
And he was like, sound, aye, on you go. So literally the next week, I'd had the job at Platinum Lace. I did not waste any time.
No.
I'd wasted
Respect it.
plenty of time, do you know what I mean? But so I was like, nah, I'm not wasting any time. So then I split with him, and my partner that I'm with now was a doorman at one of the clubs that I worked in. So,
Scariest man alive. Man. I bet he's a fucking cuddly bastard to you.
oh, he's a big teddy bear. To me,
I'll cuddle him. I'll give a shit. I'll lie on his chest and just
I'm
sing sweet
sure,
nothings.
I'm sure he would stroke your hair.
No, but like, I love like, obviously off camera, that was like my first thing. Like, the stripper
Tell me
came,
about it.
like a stripper came on, and I'm like, yeah, but your boyfriend's jacked. You know what I mean?
It's funny because, like, I know from, like, being in a bodybuilding gym that the big jacked guys, they don't get the attention for women.
Why?
They get the attention for men.
Yeah. Of course,
It's all the gym bros.
Love to see
that
the
are,
bros
like,
doing well.
you look huge, mate. You look huge. You know what I mean? So it's like,
But I am like, this is how, like, I've often battled a gay fuck, to be fair. Probably been too honest on the pod, but that's how, like, sometimes I do say that. I go, I don't think I can be 100% straight because sometimes I admire a man's body too much.
right?
Like a physique. Like, I look at it and go, like, I look at Zac Efron and go, if that guy had a pussy, I'm hitting it.
Right? 100%. 100%.
Zac Efron with a pussy, let's go.
As a bisexual woman,
He's,
a chick with a dick.
and it's going to be
Is
a
the
perfect,
dream.
no, but it's going to, like, just to be, it's the same way, like, people that don't like fake things, you go, you don't like stuff that's been made perfectly, like, by,
Right.
you're like, what the
It's
fuck are you
literally
talking
been
about?
designed
To be perfect. Aye.
So
it's scientifically better.
right, exactly.
So that's why I'm going to
All the name
start.
of science, guys.
So I'm saying is, guys, right, I'm going to start sleeping with dudes.
Can't wait for that.
Lisa has, like, you know, she's
sparked
she's
something
helped
in
me.
you.
Something,
But what was my point I was going with?
you get 10 minutes here, Sean.
What was the point I was making there?
I don't know.
It's gone. Have
Aye, no, but like,
derailed you again?
it was just me battling some gay thoughts.
Usual.
No, but
He's seen me
genuinely-
opening a can and he's thought it's his
I
asshole.
know. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking he's getting drunk. I can take advantage of him.
What the fuck?
No, but
Crazy.
like that is like that's how, like, see when I see somebody who's avidly like fucking having a go at somebody who's like a sex worker or somebody who's like gay, trans, I go, you want that, don't you? I'm like, you want that, mate.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
why not just go for it? Like, you like it. That's why you're so against it.
Yeah, 100%. It's like you always hear of it when guys are like, "Oh, gay this, gay that." Or, like,
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, but the difference is like, yeah, I have like a gay foster brother, and like I'm very comfortable with talking about sexuality. Like I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck if somebody's gay.
yeah,
I do it as a way of irony because you can't do it anymore.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Well,
I'm not.
this is it.
I would never ever avidly go up to a gay person and go, "You're fucking gay."
Yeah,
I'd be like, "You're gay."
That'd be
That's
pretty
fucking
gay.
class.
I
Like,
love that for you.
let's do something.
100%,
Aye.
exactly. But
so you have that belief as well. Like, I'm telling you, man, it's fucking true.
There we go.
Have you had any avid hate, but like somebody hating on you, man, like for what you just do?
I don't think so. Like, not to my face anyway.
It's definitely like, I get it by my background.
Yeah.
Just the jobs you do,
Yeah.
you'll get it to just how we are. Like,
Yeah, I know, like, there's been girls in the club that have got boyfriends, and the boyfriend's exes have been like, she's just a dirty stripper or whatever, like, do you know what I mean? So,
Jesus fuck.
aye, so like, I know for a fact that I'll have had that, do you know what I mean? And I know, in fact, actually, a family member of mine is really upset about what I do, but I don't really care.
Like, life's too short.
Exactly. If you're not paying my bills, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's
Like-
like
Here.
it's so ridiculous to just avidly go out your way to. like,
I think people just assume that as a stripper or any type of sex worker that you're just out shagging old men all the time. Like, and it's just not.
But how would you, like, you've been in like the sex industry for a while, like, how does the stigma actually, because it's becoming less and less like as time goes by, but I don't think the image of the first thought that comes to someone's head when they see someone doing a sexual job, it's like, it's as if it's innate for someone to go, fucking whore. Like, not genuine.
almost like it's like a just an immediate
Response.
genetic reaction.
Before I started to like learn more about like your industry and like actually listen to like people who've been in it and like go, no, like, yeah, like obviously I maturely grew up basically. Like, if I was a wee guy and I seen that, I'd be like, fucking whore.
Slut,
Yeah, I would, and I know that, and I'm not coming out and saying I've not ever thought that.
99% of people do.
But like, so how would you then, because you are in it, how would you go about, like, because it's so difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is what I say to the girls all the time. Like, when we get guys that come in and they're like, I'm just in for a pint, or they barter with you for like how much a dance costs, and they try and get the price down and blah blah blah. And they're generally being cheap. I go, even as a kid, as a young child, I knew somehow that you had to have money to come to places like this. I don't know how I knew it. It must have been with TV, whatever. I don't know. But I knew as a child, I was like, right, strip clubs, you need money.
Wow.
Right? So I always go, how do these men not know
How
that,
do they not know that? Yeah.
that
Aye.
you need money to come to a strip club? Because your men, our job is geared towards entertaining men. That's literally this whole job. Do you know what I mean? But so I'm always like, I don't know how people don't know that. Subsequently, I don't know how people don't realise that it is just a fucking job.
Yeah.
You know?
That's basically what it is. It's just they don't realise it's a
They
form
don't
of
realise
income.
that it's literally just a job. Most of these women, we're all getting shamed and called all sorts.
Aye, man.
We've got families, we've got husbands, we've got kids, we've got bills to pay. Do you know what I mean? We're just there making a living, trying to have a good time while we can. Do you know what I mean? So it's not a
And
job
you
that
look,
do
man,
Punching in, punching out.
when I'm obviously like through your Insta, and I know some of the girls use are like this is, I don't understand it. It's not like it's like genuinely how like Lewis and I would cut about. Like I don't get, like, do they think you're just getting dick down 24/7?
24/7.
You're not. You're fucking living. You're eating. You're going to the gym. You're cuddling up with your man. You're fucking. It is a job.
I literally do nothing but work, go to the gym, walk the dog. Like I live a very wholesome life.
Yeah,
Like,
you do what everyone does who's got a 9 till 5.
Exactly.
The difference is they just get their tits out like at home.
Yeah.
It's just your job. There's like, that's the difference.
That's what, like, when people are like, you entertain men for money. Yeah, exactly, for money.
Yeah.
You do it for free.
Don't miss out that key. That's
Yeah,
it.
For money, like.
Even when I have sex, like consensual sex with women, I'm like, I need to pay you. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
pay
I
you
had
to
too much
suck.
fun. It didn't look as though you did. Like, do you know what I mean?
Was it good for you? Did you enjoy it?
I never ask that because I know the answer. I go, well, I know it was good for me. I know you were just there.
I had a good time.
Aye, I
Thanks for
had
coming,
fun.
so to speak.
No, like, because you've been in it for 3 years, right? And like, there's going to be a lot of ladies that are deciding this big, because it is a big decision, because it's a career change.
Yeah.
It's like me changing and just like it's
Going to an oil rig,
aye, it's the
I
exact same.
don't know how I'll ever work a normal job.
Do you think you'll ever
No.
have to?
No.
I don't think so.
Do you think the adrenaline is why? Do you get adrenaline from it? And that's not a bad thing because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
Everyone gets
Aye.
like
Absolutely.
your man gets it from posing. Like that's his. That's like
Exactly.
You get it for going up and bombing for 20
I get up,
minutes a night.
I go off stage and I just suck for fucking hours upon hours. But I'm trying, and it's the same with you and acting. It's like, so is that why? Like, I couldn't give this up ever. The feelings
Yeah.
are indescribable.
Yeah, I love it. I genuinely love it. Don't get me wrong, there's like when it's quiet or when somebody's been really fucking horrible to you, like
The trauma level must be next level.
it can get to you, do you know what I mean? Like, so I've not danced for a couple of months because I've got a slip disc in my neck, but
Ooh, that'll do it.
not for dancing, I don't think. I'm pretty
So
sure.
the fights you're getting
I
in.
know.
With the Barneys.
Callback, nice.
But like before I decided to take a step back, the fucking men being horrible was one of the deciding factors. I was getting sick of it, and I'd say like 99% of dancers go through it. They need to take a break because as much as I'm fucking strong, like
Yeah, you are a strong one, you can tell.
strong,
Yeah.
nothing really phases me. But when it's happening over and over, there comes a time where you're like, right,
Mentally, you
I'm
need.
sound,
Yeah.
but I need a breather. Do you know
But
what I
it's the same. That's why, like in any job, you get a month's holiday because
Yeah.
you need days for yourself.
100%.
Like all the time. Like I had to go to London there and not gig.
Right.
I had to get away because I knew if I stayed here, I would gig, and because I would needed a wee mental kind of refresh.
So it's preventative. It's before it gets
Yeah,
to crisis
it's-
point.
and I don't ever want like the passion and love that I have
To die.
Oh, never, man. But so I totally sympathise with that. Not in the way of like I can't believe how fucking difficult that must be. Like I maybe get heckled or my jokes aren't working for a week. I'm not getting like harassed, man. That's
Well, I know a girl
so
that
sad.
I know a girl, God love her. She was quite young. She was only 19, 20 when it happened. She had her nipple bitten almost completely clean off.
Fucking hell,
She
man.
she went back to dancing.
But with
She
like,
went back to dancing, but she
did they
had to
repair
take.
the nip?
Aye, so one of her milk ducts was severed, so she won't be able to breastfeed
No,
for that
man.
if she ever wanted to. But one of her milk ducts, which she said it was like something in a horror movie, like the blood was spurting like up onto her face, like
Fucking hell.
and
That guy's
so-
a piece of shit.
Aye.
Like that is so
Worst
sad.
cunt.
Because that's such a beautiful thing for like a woman to be able to breastfeed their
yeah,
child.
exactly.
Like,
So she
oh,
would never
man.
be able to use that.
He's took that moment. Ah, what a dick, man.
So, but she got him done for GBH and all the
Good,
rest of
good.
it. So he got done for it.
On the list
She went
forever.
and healed. Aye,
Yeah, good.
absolutely.
good.
So she healed and all that physically. Went to therapy for obviously her mental state,
Aye.
Yeah.
and came back to dancing. So like, if you're going to talk about brave, that's fucking
That is
brave.
one. That's a bad bitch. Like that is,
That's-
man.
And do you know what? See, for the minute I met her, I knew I liked her. Just like
Energy.
before she even told me that story, I was just like, she's cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, and just this like positive energy for her was just, it radiated, and I just...
Oh, I love that.
She was
You did
amazing.
just get it, didn't you? You get vibes for motherfuckers.
Aye.
And I get the vibe for you, Lewis, that we need to wrap this shit up.
We do.
But Lisa, you are what a fucking...
Hell of a podcast, guys. Thank you very much for coming on.
Not just a podcast guest, what a fucking woman you are.
Oh, stop
Like,
it, guys. I'll
No,
cry.
you are... That is so eye-opening, like...
It's been informative, inspiring
Aye,
as
man.
well. I mean, the way you talk with your job with such passion is...
And I hope this pod, because like
Thanks,
we are
guys.
a proper like bros podcast, right? And I hope not, but like a lot of bros, like I love the bros, man. Like, but a lot of them are going to watch this, and I hope this brings a fucking awareness, like
Yeah.
to them seeing any shit going on in fucking any of these strip clubs, like any pals being a bit weird or any shit. You're like, hey, bro, fucking let's relax.
Pipe
This shit.
down, like,
And remember that these women are at work, like they're there for your entertainment, but respectfully. Come on.
Absolutely, that's all we look for. We want to entertain you, show you a good time, and just have a laugh. Like, we don't
Aye.
get home at the end of the night. Like we're nipples still attached.
Preferably. Is there anything you want to plug or...
Do we plug the OnlyFans? I don't know what do we do here?
I mean, go
fucking-
for it, guys.
aye.
If anybody feels like subscribing, on
There's a lot of weird guys in here, man, so there will be.
I love a weird guy.
Rinse your bank account on Lisa's OnlyFans.
You're Lisa Moody on
Yes.
OnlyFans, so find me.
Great woman,
perfect.
great yes. Just what a human being you are,
Thank
Lisa.
you.
And
Thanks for coming on.
I love your
Thanks for
man.
having me, guys.
I love your man so much.
I'll let them know.
Please do. Thanks a lot, guys. Much
Ciao.
love.